இந்த வீடியோவை உங்களுக்கு வழங்குவோர் மாலைமுரசு செய்திகள் தொலைக்காட்சியின் படிப்போம் ஜெயிப்போம் உயர்கல்வியை தேர்ந்தெடுப்பதில் உள்ள சந்தேகங்களை தீர்க்கும் நிகழ்ச்சி தினமும் மாலை 5 மணிக்கு.
Good morning, Malaimurasu. 15 minutes news in English. Headlines for the day. Pakistan breaks ceasefire within hours with drone attack on Srinagar, other cities. What the hell just happened to ceasefire? Omar Abdullah after reports of artillery firing along the LOC. No change in suspension of Indus Water Treaty even after ceasefire announcement. Cham says full immediate. India-Pakistan ceasefire after long night of talks. IPL 2025 likely to resume soon after India-Pakistan agreed to ceasefire. News in detail. Pakistan breaks ceasefire within hours with drone attack on Srinagar, other cities. Pakistan on Saturday violated the ceasefire agreement along the international border and the line of control at multiple locations in Jammu and Kashmir, including Srinagar, as well as parts of Punjab and Rajasthan, just hours after both nations agreed to a truce. The Border Security Force has been directed to respond with full force to any ceasefire violations, according to sources. The escalation by Pakistan occurred shortly after India announced a ceasefire agreement had been reached between the two nations, following Islamabad's initiation of truce talks. The Pakistan government also confirmed the same shortly thereafter. Multiple blasts were heard in Srinagar and a red alert was issued and a blackout was enforced in the area. A drone has been shot down in Rajasthan, Pokhran as well as in Baramulla in Kashmir. What the hell just happened to ceasefire? Omar Abdullah after reports of artillery firing along the LOC. Explosions and red streaks according to the night sky jolted multiple locations in Jammu and Kashmir, mere hours after India and Pakistan officially agreed on a ceasefire. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah expressed alarm over the sudden unrest. What the hell just happened to the ceasefire? Explosions heard across Srinagar, he posted on X. In a follow-up, he added there is no ceasefire, revealing that air defense systems in Srinagar had been activated. Reports confirmed that Pakistan resorted to firing in several regions according Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab, including the Srinagar, Pathankot, Udhampur, Rajouri, Baramulla and more. Red tracer fire was visible in the night sky, accompanied by loud explosions and widespread blackouts. Cham says full immediate India-Pakistan ceasefire after long night of talks. From intense and hostilities to a ceasefire, the evolving situation between India and Pakistan took a 180-degree turn in just half an hour on Saturday evening. It all started at 5:25 p.m. on Saturday when US President Donald Trump said India and Pakistan have agreed to a full and immediate ceasefire following a long night of talks mediated by the United States. Minutes later, the ceasefire was confirmed by both India's Ministry of External Affairs and the Foreign Ministry of Pakistan. The ceasefire on land, in the air and sea, India said was agreed upon after Pakistan Director General of Military Operations called up his Indian counterpart at 3:35 p.m. on Saturday afternoon and came into effect at 5 p.m. Taking to his social media website Truth Social around 8 a.m. in Washington, D.C., Donald Trump tweeted, after a long night of talks mediated by the United States, I am pleased to announce that India and Pakistan have agreed a full and immediate ceasefire. Congratulations to both countries on using common sense and great intelligence. Thank you for your attention to this matter. No change in suspension of Indus Water Treaty even after ceasefire announcement. In a significant development, India and Pakistan have agreed to a conditional ceasefire following days of escalating hostilities. The ceasefire, which came into effect at 5 p.m. IST on May 10, 2025, was confirmed after discussions between the Director Generals of Military Operations of both countries. The agreement was reached after a series of retaliatory strikes and heightened military activities along the line of control. Despite the ceasefire, India has maintained its firm stance on key issues. Sources indicate that there is no change in India's position regarding the suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty, a move initiated in response to the Pahalgam terror attack. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar emphasized that India's approach towards terrorism remains uncompromising. The international community was welcomed the ceasefire, viewing it as a step towards de-escalation. However, underlying tensions persist, with India's expressing concerns over cross-border terrorism and Pakistan allied support for such activities. Both nations have agreed to continue dialogues, with the next DGMO level talk scheduled for May 12. IPL 2025 likely to resume soon after India-Pakistan agreed to ceasefire. The Indian Cricket Board is likely to hold a meeting on May 11 or 12 to finalize the future course of action regarding the Indian Premier League 2025. The IPL was halted on May 8, midway through the game between Punjab Kings and Delhi Capitals, as tensions escalated between India and Pakistan. It has been learned that the board is likely to resume the tournament after a ceasefire was agreed between the two nations on Saturday. The BCCI took swift action to send the foreign players back to their homes via flights amidst an escalation of conflict between India and Pakistan. However, a ceasefire was announced on Saturday evening. The unexpected announcement came after Pakistan Director General of Military Operations dialed up his Indian counterpart around 3:30 p.m. and the two sides agreed to halt all military actions on land, sea and air. A top BCCI official said on Saturday that with the two nations agreeing to a ceasefire, matches can now be held across the country. Earlier, the BCCI was trying to figure out if the IPL can be completed by holding matches in the cities of Chennai, Bengaluru and Hyderabad. BCCI urges reconsideration ahead of key tours. In a move that has sent ripples through the Indian cricketing fraternity, talismanic batter Virat Kohli has reportedly expressed his desire to retire from Test cricket. According to sources close to the Board of Control for Cricket in India, the 36-year-old stalwart recently communicated his intentions to step away from the longest format of the game. Kohli, who made his Test debut in 2011, has been a cornerstone of India's red ball resurgence over the past decade. His aggressive captaincy, prolific batting and unmatched intensity have helped transform India into a formidable Test side both at home and abroad. With over 9,000 runs and 30 centuries in the format, Kohli's presence at the crease has been nothing short of iconic. However, the BCCI is not ready to let go to the veteran batters just yet. Sources indicate that top officials have reached out to Kohli, urging him to reconsider his decision, especially with significant tours on the horizon. India are set to embark on a challenging overseas calendar, including tours to England and Australia series, where Kohli's experience could prove invaluable. DRDO developing humanoid robot for missions to reduce risk for troops. Scientists at the Defence Research and Development Organization are working on a humanoid robot that can be part of frontline military mission, on officials said on Saturday. The Research and Development Establishment, a key lab under the DRDO, is developing a machine that can carry out complex tasks under direct human command, aiming to reduce troop exposure in high-risk environments, that officials said. A.C. Chalol, Group Director at the Center of Systems and Technologies for Advanced Robotics within the R&DE, said the team has been engaged in the project for 4 years. We have developed separate prototypes for the upper and lower body and have successfully achieved certain functions during internal trials, he said. adding the humanoid will be able to function on tough terrains like jungles.